Question 16. Jordan Michael is playing basketball against his little brother Kobe. Jordan has won 10 out of the last 16 games he's played against his brother. This is a lot like those problems we were doing the other day together in class. How many games does he need to win in a row in order to have an 80% win record? All right, so I want to know what his current win record is. So he's won 10 out of the last 16 games. So 10 over 16 on the top. These are the wins. On the bottom, this is the total games. And 10 divided by 16. I need to find some room to put that. Hold on just a second. There we go. Now I've got a little bit of room. 10 out of 16, so wins divided by total games. And that is 0.625 when I do that on my calculator. So he's at a 62.5% win record right now. How many games in a row does he need to win in order to get that up to an 80% win record? All right, so when we did this together the other day, he has already won 10 games. He has already played 16 games. We know that we want this ratio to come out to be equal to 80%. So that's 0.80. I do not know how many games he's going to need to win. So plus X. If he's winning games, then he has to be playing them or else he can't win them. So we're going to let X equal the number of games Jordan needs to play and win. There we go. All right. So if you remember the other day after we got it set up like this, we then took that and we multiplied by our denominator because we wanted that to cancel out. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 16 plus X. Multiplication undoes division. And so over on the left, that means this is going to cancel out with my denominator. And I would have 10 plus X is equal to, and over here I want to distribute. When I do 0.80 times 16, 0.80 times 16 is 12.8. And then I have plus 0.80x, or you could just write that as 0.8. That's totally fine. I want my x's on the same side, so I am going to subtract 0.80x from both sides. This right here, this is a 1x, so they are like terms, and I can subtract them. So I would have 10, and then this would be plus 0.2 or 0.20x equals 12.8. Need to bring my work over here a little bit. All right, so 10 plus 0.2 or 0.20x equals 12.8. Now I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. And so I would have 0.20x is equal to 2.8. And then I divide both sides by 0.20. And when I do that, I get my final answer of 14. Word problem means word answers. So I need to take that and translate it into words. He needs to win the next 14 games in a row. So I should see all your work, and then I should see your final answer interpreted in context in this problem. All right, part B. Very, very similar question, except we want to know to get him up to a 95% win record, what would that look like? So he has not achieved that 80% yet. He's played 10 games. We don't know how many more he needs. He's won 10 games. We don't know how many more he needs to win. He's played 16. We don't know how many more he needs to play. But we do know that we want this to be equal to 0.95 because that's 95% in its decimal form. And so then repeating the exact same process as up above, multiply 16 plus x to both sides. Make that denominator cancel out. I get 10 plus x equals, and then I'm going to distribute again. 0.95 times 16 is 15.2. So 15.2 plus 0.95x. I want to get my x's to the same side. Oh, I meant to write that in black. All right, let me fix that real quick. All right, now I'm going to get my x's to the same side. I'm going to subtract 0.95x from both sides. Remember, this is a 1x right here, so I can subtract those. They are like terms. In my calculator, I would do 1 minus 0.95. That's 0.05x. So 10 plus 0.05x equals 15.2. Bring my work up here because I ran out of room. 10 plus 0.05x equals 15.2. Then I would subtract 10 from both sides, just like we did up above. 0.05x equals 5.2. And then I divide both sides by 0.05. When I put that into my calculator, I get something really big back. 5.2 divided by 0.05 is 104. Getting himself to an 80% win record seems reasonable, seems achievable. He just needs to win the next 14 in a row. But going from an 80 up to a 95, he's got to do almost 10 times more games in a row. He needs to win the next 104 games in a row. To get up to a 95% win record. That is a lot.